Okay guys, welcome to lesson 9.8. You have learned how to draw line plots in our last lesson, and so today we're going to learn how to analyze our plots. It's just a big fancy word that says how we're going to read and how we're going to understand our line plots, and how you can record the information on line plots as well, which is what we've been doing. So let's get started. The first question asks us, I pretended that I asked 10 people how many times they eat dessert each week. So one person said 0, they never eat dessert. One person said twice a week. 2 people said 3 times a week. 2 people said 6 times a week. And 4 people said 7 times a week. So we need to answer our question. How many times a week do most people eat dessert? Well, looking at my line plot, I can see this one has the most amount of X's, and that is for the number 7. So I can write right here, 7. How many times a week do most people eat dessert? 7. Okay, turn the page with me to page 574. And let's look at the top of our page. Whoops. Right up here. It says you can use data from a line plot to answer questions. This line plot shows the number of students in each class at a school. So here we have the number of students. Actually, here's the number of students, and here we have the classes. So they want to know how many students are in most of the classes. So we're going to look at our line plot. This is our line. We can see by looking, this one has the most amount of X's. That's 21. So we can answer that question. How many students are in most of the classes? 21. Because that's the class with the most amount of students. Okay, number 1, we're going to use the data from the line plot. Here's our line plot to answer the questions. Number 1, how many students have 2 hats? Okay, here's the line plot. We're going to go to the number 2 and we're going to count the X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can write 6. Now number 2. How many students have just 1 hat? Let's go back to our line plot. Let's look at number 1. Let's count the X's. 1, 2, 3. So 3 students have just 1 hat. Let's look at number 3. How many students have 3 hats? Back to our line plot. Let's look at the number 3. Let's count our X's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students have 3 hats. Okay, number 4. How many students have more than 2 hats? Okay, here's our line plot. Here's from here to here. Let's get this. So they want to know how many people have more than 2 hats. So from here on, this is how many people have 2 hats. So I want to know everyone to that side of my line plot. So let's count our X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 people have more than 2 hats. All right, our number 7. Okay, so now you're a little more familiar with how you read line plots. Let's turn the page to page 575. And let's look at a few of these questions. Okay, number 5. we're going to use this line plot. This is the number of vegetables, and these are how many people. So which number has the most X's? So just from looking at this, I can just see which one is the tallest, and it would be number 4. So which number has the most X's? Number 4. Okay, number 6. How many students like 4 vegetables? So let's go over to number 4. Let's count how many students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students like 4 vegetables. Okay. Number 7. Which number has the fewest X's? Okay, let's look at our line plot here. Number 5, that has quite a few X's. 4 has quite a few. 3 has quite a few. Number 2 has 3. That's a maybe. Number 1 has 4. 0 has 1. So 0 has the fewest number of X's. So we're going to put a 0 right there. Okay, number 8. How many students like 2 vegetables? All right, well, let's go to our line plot. Let's look at the number 2. Let's count how many X's, and that will tell us how many. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 students like 2 vegetables. Okay, number 9. How many students were surveyed? Surveyed is another way to say asked. So how many students were asked in all? So for this question, we have to go and we have to count how many there is in total. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to count my X's. Are you ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24. I'm going to write a 24 down here. 24 students were surveyed in all. Number 10. How many students like more than 1 vegetable? Okay, so for this one, they want to know how many students like more than 1 vegetable. So from here on, this is how many students like 1 vegetable. So I'm going to need to count all of these to find out how many students like more than 1 vegetable. So let's go and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 students like more than 1 vegetable. Okay, number 11. How many students do not like vegetables? All right, so not like vegetables, that would be the 0, right? That would be this one right here. How many people like no vegetables? We can count the X's there. I see I only have 1. So I can go right down here and write 1 student does not like vegetables. Okay, so you ready? Let's go ahead and turn the page and answer a few more questions on page 575. Oops, no, page 576. Okay, page 576, we're going to answer number 12. It says, finish the line plot for Ashley. She needs to show that 3 friends each have 2 toy bears. Okay, so if we're looking at the line plot, this is the number of bears, and this would be, the X's would be the number of friends. So if Ashley needs to show that 3 friends each have 2 toy bears, we're going to go down to our line plot. We're going to look at the number 2, and we need to show that 3 friends, right? That means I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 X's to the number 2 to show that 3 friends each have 2 toy bears. Okay? Let's look at number 13. Number 13 says, 23 students created this line plot to show how many fruits each student likes. How many students do not like fruit at all? Okay. So what do we know? We know that 23 students created this line plot, okay? What are they asking us? They're asking us how many students do not like fruit at all. Okay, so here on my line plot, this represents amount of fruits. The X's represent the students. It says fruits appear, but we know that that's what this line plot means. So they want to know how many students do not like fruit at all. That means 0 amount of fruits, right? So we're going to go to our 0. We're going to see how many X's are represented on the 0 line. We'd see 1, 2. So we can say that 2 students do not like fruit. We're not going to worry about the right math. I'm going to have you go on and do your homework. Page 577 and page 578. And go ahead and complete those on your own. If you're not totally sure about how to do it, you can listen to the lesson again. You can slow it down until you understand it. And if you still, after watching it again, if you still don't understand how to do this, it's okay. Just have mom or dad email me. We can Zoom about it. We can do it together, okay? I don't want you guys to feel like you can't do this and there's no one to show you how to do it. It's okay. We're all learning how to do this whole virtual learning thing, okay? And we're going to get through it together. So don't worry. I miss you guys. I wish we were together, and I hope we can be together soon. Until then, we're going to keep doing it this way, okay? I will see you guys on the next lesson.